Which of these AIs is more creative? Is it ChatGPT 5? Is it Google, Gemini, or is it Claude? Well, we're going to put them to the test. Welcome, my name is Rosh, and I'm the co-host of the Creative AI Show, and I often talk about when I'm coding, which one of these AIs is a little more creative and my go-to for creativity. So what I did is I set up some very basic HTML pages. And I'm going to feed these pages to each one of these different AI LLMs and have them code CSS or even JavaScript to see which one comes out with the more creative web page. I'm on the Creative AI Show website and I have two pages that I've created. One is called All About Dogs, just a very basic page. And then the other one is Welcome to the Jokes page. And I'll actually have the AIs write their own new jokes for each one of these pages just to add a little bit more of the creative element. But first, let's start off with the dogs page. So I'm taking the basic HTML and I'm going to put it in each one of these AIs with the exact same command prompt. So using CSS, JavaScript optional, create a more modern, creative, and engaging web page. So I'll copy all of this and select enter, and we'll go over to Claude. And we'll use Claude Opus 4.1. We'll use all the modern models for each one of these. And we'll do the same with Gemini. Gemini Pro is what we'll use here. And let's use Canvas here. And So it does take a few moments, and here is ChatGPT underway. Here's Claude underway. And here is Gemini underway. And I'll put each one of these in one at a time, and then you can go back and forth and kind of review them in the video to see which one you think is the best. Okay, ChatGPT is done, which took a little bit longer than Claude and Gemini. Claude and Gemini were about the same amount of time. I would say ChatGPT took about maybe 20-30% longer. So let's first start with, well, ChatGPT. Okay, this is what I got with ChatGPT, and it's a lot of white on white. You can't really see it very well. Sometimes, and this is a little trick, and this creative is not part of it. This is part of the Creative AI Show header. So this is really from here down is the actual page. Sometimes if you try it again and give it a little more time, sometimes I'll count up to 10 and then hit save. And sometimes it'll come through. Sometimes for some reason, it's not gathering all the information or saving all the information, especially when it's a really long script. I've just found that if you're cutting and pasting into WordPress specifically. But no, we're still getting the same thing here. So, okay, well, not a good look for ChatGPT. Let's see what Claude. So here is our All About Dogs page with Claude. Popular breeds, care guide, amazing facts, resources, and click on that, and it takes you right down to that page. Wow, that's a big heart. I don't know if it's supposed to be that big, but here's some resources. Very nice. Here are some issues. So it goes from this dark background, which is nice and everything works, but when it goes over the lighter background, we start to lose it. So it was a good idea. Here's the essential guide, but then we lose all that information. So it's very creative, but it's not, there's obviously an issue there. So you might follow up and say, hey, make the whole background dark. Don't have any light sections. That would help it. So quite often when you create something like this, it gets you so far, but then you have to start to finesse it a little bit more. Okay, let's see what Gemini gave us. So here's Gemini, and it's pretty straightforward. It might be nicer to have a darker background. It'd also be nice to have a dog image or something right here, which you could do, of course. You could provide an image or ask ChatGPT or Gemini, actually, Nano Banana to create it for you. And look, it's a nice layout, good elements. I think overall pretty good. I mean, I think that Claude was certainly more creative, but its creativity kind of did it in this time. So let's try one more. We'll do this one with the joke page, and we'll also have them make its own jokes up. And so you'll have to be the judge of those. New chat. New chat just so it's fresh and doesn't pull anything from the other page at all, and just starts anew, and we'll put in our code. So create a new modern and engaging web page with CSS and JavaScript optional. Rewrite the jokes that you think would be funny for a general reader. So it's not specific. It's not a specific type of joke. It's actually across the board. So hopefully that keeps them relatively clean but funny. Let's see. Well, first of all, let's copy all this. Go ChatGPT. New chat for Claude. Again, we'll use Opus 4.1. And then another new chat. And we'll make sure we're using Pro. We are. Tools. I like Canvas. I like Canvas the most in Gemini. The other canvases, Canvas in Claude is okay, but it's not as functional. Gemini connects to things, which is really convenient. The ChatGPT canvas, I don't think is any good at all. So here's ChatGPT, the Laugh Lab, clean jokes for general readers. Okay, it listened to that prompt. And let's see, funny, that's not doing anything. Toggle theme, okay. So we can toggle the theme with different colors, fresh rewritten jokes. I don't think that needs to be there. Welcome in, take scroll, leave with a chuckle. Let's see, dad jokes, knock knock, funny. Let's see, a dad joke. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. That's certainly a dad joke. So I guess you could copy, shuffle. Oh, that's interesting. So that I think is a creative element. That's a little bit of JavaScript there. Well, the creative, remember, the creative is not part of it. That's the header for the Creative AI show. I think this didn't fit real well right here. Let's see what Claude has for us. Here is Claude's page, The Laugh Lab, where humor meets happiness. And again, I think these are a little big up here, but let's see what we have. Oh, interesting. As you roll over. But can we see? I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down. But see, look at this. This is something I have issues with quite a bit, but this is creative. I mean, all we'd have to do is change this maybe to black or something that is easier to see. The color is not so good, but the concept is pretty cool. I like that. This is Claude. Again, wow. Terrible puns. Let's see, knock knock jokes. Same thing. Okay, that's creative. Again, this is using a JavaScript. Dad jokes and joke generator. So interesting way to approach it. Each one is having its issues. Let's see what Gemini does for us. So we have the joke factory. Now, something that could be happening, it could have to do with the theme, or because I am on WordPress, it shouldn't affect it. But, that's that's what's happening here. The joke factory, I'm not seeing a lot. Question one-liners. Um, well, that's the same joke. Um, yeah, I'm going to say no on this one. Now, uh, so now we've seen two different types of websites from Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT. I'll tell you what I have found because I code all the time, websites, apps, all sorts of things with all of these. And my general go-to for more creativity is Claude. And I find Claude to be the best. Then maybe Gemini. I like the problem solving abilities of ChatGPT. I really think it's good. And Claude can be pretty good too. Gemini can also be very good. I tend to stick with ChatGPT for most of the coding and then go over to Claude for the creative elements. And then you need to then you have to refine it. It's going to get you so far, but then you're going to have to continue to refine it and sometimes fight with it. So this was just cold. I didn't know what they were going to create. And again, there could have been some issues going over to over to Creative AI Labs. Let me do one thing real quick. So I'm suspecting that there is an issue with this theme and the way it's working out. So this is a good lesson. We can see some of the creative elements, but let's actually test these scripts on a different theme where I know it's going to show the way it was intended. So let me go to one of my test sites. And here's the Laugh Lab from Claude. And see, there were some issues. Obviously, this was not, these icons were big and not working. And here we can see it well. So this actually works. And it's still, I think, creative. I thought the big elements were creative, but that was not being presented correctly. I like this laugh-o-meter. Not sure what's that about, or how you would use it. It's not it's not doing anything and doesn't give us any options. But let's check out what ChatGPT looked like and Gemini looked like and see if it made any changes in my opinion or your opinion. So here's ChatGPT, and see, we have black on black. Oh, we can toggle the theme still, which is helpful, but it's kind of messing with the header there, and I can't go much further down. It's still about the same. It's okay. It's okay. We still have our dad jokes through these different JavaScript links, and of course we can copy them. That's creative. That's pretty cool. But let's take a look at Gemini. And you can copy them, but ultimately it's pretty boring. So I think the Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT is still ranking the same way for me. What do you think? Did me putting this on a different theme? Obviously, this wasn't a pure HTML page that I uploaded to the server. This was working with a WordPress theme or on a WordPress theme. Usually when you put in the HTML, often the theme elements go away, but that wasn't necessarily the case here. But I think we still got the idea. And that I think many of those big elements in the dog section were still the big elements that we saw, the icons in the dog section. Obviously, that wasn't what was meant to be. So that was the theme, I think, messing with it. But we got an idea of which ones were more creative in terms of the way it approached these problems. And I think we have a good sense of it. Now, I'm still with my order, Claude, Gemini, and lastly, ChatGPT. Let me know yours, or what would you like me to test? And maybe I should just test straight up HTML, send it to the server, go from there. Maybe we'll do that with a deeper test once I get your feedback. Hey, if you want to hear more about AI for the creative, check into the Creative AI Show every Monday, where we talk to you about how you can approach AI in your creative field. And as a creative AI director, hey, it's where we are. Two creative guys talking AI. See you in the next video.